Even the coolest professional makes a mistake someday, and some of the errors people make at work are worthy of a good laugh, and another part will make you flinch. That is exactly what we are counting on, that you will watch our episode in one breath. Disclaimer: we are by no means calling for the actions shown in this video. We only want to demonstrate how things should not be done and to warn you against similar situations. Enjoy watching. The most important part of a machine is the part without which its brain is useless. You do not understand? This is Neo-Gothic style. A fashionable staircase is suitable only for daytime ascents and descents. Carlson, who lives on the roof, did not offer his help. The guys had to cope somehow on their own. A new direction in yoga. It requires hours of thorough preparation. One single movement, and we have a precise hit on a weak point of the structure. It does not withstand even criticism. Apparently, this crew has bad karma if even the ceiling collapses right onto their heads. Rainwater, according to the law of conservation of energy, accumulates exactly where you carelessly pull off the tarp and gives you a refreshing shower. Most folk sayings were invented by builders. For example, the one about not digging a pit for another because you will fall into it yourself. This is a hero from a modern version of the novel The Headless Horseman. He himself, for some reason, has driven his head into the ceiling, wheelbarrow to wheelbarrow. Such is the circle of mutual responsibility in this brigade of musketeers of the construction site. He sticks it on. It peels off. Not stucco, but some ridiculous nonsense. Mr. George, how much do you pay the new excavator operator? $20? I am afraid he is not even worth that salary. The idea was not bad, but the execution technique failed. He did not expect the reverse effect. This is what psychologists call excessive potential. Piling things up is the wrong principle to start moving something. Well, yes, not all agricultural machinery is obliged to be all-terrain. When people say nothing personal, they usually mean something completely opposite. Working in the fresh air is full of surprises. you can fully enjoy nature. Do not try to take this all-natural shower if you are allergic to anything blooming. A hard hat on a construction site is, one might say, a disposable consumable, like gloves for doctors. With colleagues like these, you do not even need enemies. There are such inexplicable days when machinery refuses to work. Magnetic storms, probably. Machines also have bad moods. Here is a rabid spinning top right in front of us. You should not scold staff right at the workplace. Wait until the end of the shift. There will be less damage. There are no small people at work. An offended forklift driver decided to end his career with an epic battle. He went and crushed luxurious cars worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. What do you think is better to keep? Your dignity or your job? The tractor also wants to be gangsta. This situation can be described with the following words. The mood is cheerful, but we are going straight to the bottom. Some problems arrive so fast that you can drown in them head first. In the background, we hear Italian speech full of untranslatable locally produced epithets. Contrary to Archimedes' logic, we change the point of support to the bucket, and we are wrong. If you work poorly, you will end up face down in the mud in front of your colleagues. First, hold on yourself, then do the job. If it does not work, to hell with that job. Go complain to the foreman. Let him raise your salary for harmful working conditions. If the iron horse has fallen, no actions, especially the wrong ones, can reanimate it. It will not get up again. If you are a train driver, you cannot turn aside. Late braking is no longer choo-choo, it is oh-oh. A rare case when the luckiest one is the taxi driver. He got out of the car at the perfect moment. Well, the vehicle, let us say, did not survive, but his life did. Well now, what a neat little misunderstanding. Firewood do not like reckless drivers. They demand respectful treatment. Did you order firewood? Oops, not everyone has such good reflexes as this guy. If concrete is transported in a non-hermetic way, you should not brake sharply. Liquid tends to splash out. It is the perfect time to shift into reverse. Sand is called a loose material for a reason. It can pour punishment on you for a mistake. Someone forgets to turn off the tap, and someone forgets to connect the pipes. Sometimes you do not need special equipment if there are people ready for anything for the sake of their salary. What a cosmonaut is being wasted here. It is a pity he chose the wrong profession. They probably hire professional circus acrobats to whitewash their ceilings and pay them $1 million so that they work without any safety gear. This guy entrusted his life to a wooden plank. Apparently, they pay him $500,000 per shift. Some people work with rapture, like performers on stage. This is what it means to be horseless. You have to carry everything yourself. When they say that progress at work is minor, they mean exactly such a situation. Going to work under the pressure of a ladder? Do not think it is on your side. It all happened in a second. There was paint, and now there is not. Instead, we have a sad white clown. Some people take too much upon themselves. They even bring down a wall onto themselves. And cutting out a piece of concrete in empty space, away from yourself, turned out to be the wrong choice. Dismantling always takes along accompanying goods, for example, cables. If you lack adrenaline, this job has definitely been waiting for you. Some people work with great enthusiasm, literally with a spark. He has been working with his machine for so long that he has literally fused with it. When fraud reaches megascale, you can call it a game of thimbles XXL. But these guys just wanted to put one big cap on the ground, and the prize ended up under it. If you see this guy, do not let him near your project. He is cursed. A lightning man. One touch leads to a short circuit. When you spend a lot of time in a dark workshop, you might not notice the glass. Someone should tell their cleaners to wash the glass doors worse and leave some streaks for safety. In general, when you are moving with a load, you should go slower, especially if it is liquid, bulky, or round. Fate does not like being tested. A heavy load that has been hanging in the air for a long time will finally surrender to gravity. But the first thing to give way is the fastening. We are learning how you should not unload bulky items with fragile doors. It was lying there in a suspicious way from the beginning. You know, all these non-standard loads are guilty themselves. The boat was going perfectly, just a little more, but no. The crane did not cope with itself. And now there is enough work for everyone for a long time. A garbage truck is a transporter, but not yet a dump. The driver can decide what to bring there and what not to. A classic of the genre once again. The load is fine, the crane is fine, the cable is not fine. Physics was taught very, very badly at their school. Even in children's songs, it is sung that you should not stand where construction is going on. And certainly not park there. For some reason, everything at a construction site tends to fall exactly where a car is parked. On freshly poured concrete, a muse appears, to walk without raising her eyes and leave light traces, just like in the song. Not a single construction site is complete without fresh dog paw prints on the concrete, as a keepsake. Machinery that literally burns at work is not the best thing you can meet on your way. This is what karma looks like, a falling panel that is merciless in its choice. About such repairs, they say that the whole thing is covered with a copper basin. This car had been angry for a long time that it was rarely taken to maintenance, and now the hour of revenge has come. Excessive pressure is not always helpful. Strong-willed wheels prove it. The maneuver was a delight to behold. A complex exit could have worked out, but the tires failed. A pop, a flash, a somersault, and a short but bright working day is over. A dust storm in the city arose for technical reasons, not because of the weather. Apparently, someone has put a spell on this machine. If the gate is too small, unload your cargo yourself. It turns out that even iron giants have a weak spot somewhere. It seems we missed the most interesting part. And this is what is called a dead end. Does this truck not look like a dragon stuck at the entrance to a cave? Can anyone explain to me why he is doing this? They clashed like giant beetles. Most likely, this is the same construction of the century as the Pyramid of Cheops. The Egyptians would envy these workers. With such machinery, they would have built whole districts of pyramids. Perhaps to synchronize the work pace, they need to hire a couple of robots with stable psyches to help the conveyor belt. Some houses have very soft ceilings. Apparently, the residents there are also faint-hearted. An uneven little pyramid is most likely going to become a neat little pile. The ending was predictable, but when glass falls and shatters, your heart still clenches with pity. There is nothing to comment on here. Dominoes always fall according to the same law. Now you have learned some of the scenarios according to which wrong actions develop. Follow safety rules and always use your head. Write comments, give us likes, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. And also check out our previous episodes. They are also very useful and incredibly interesting.